Okay, it's time to dive into the packs themselves. I have 9 available. I need to save 2 for my History of Magic stream. So we got pack number 1, 2, 3 is one of my lucky numbers, so that's going to be saved for my History of Magic stream. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't really like the crinkled top on that. 7's one of the other lucky numbers, but I'm gonna go ahead and save that one. This was, no, I forget which one. I think this was pack 7. So we're gonna open that one first today. And then let's go back and say I'll move pack 1 for the History of Magic stream. So I'm gonna start with what I count as pack 7. Then 8, then 9, and then we'll go back to pack 2, and then following through there. So these are going to be the 7 packs that I will open here. Again, this is about Magic the Gathering, The Hobbit, newest set at the time of making this. There are 193 unique cards. That's not counting any kind of special treatments on them. Some of the cool mechanics that are available here, we're going to have 14 cards that amass, which was a pretty cool mechanic that went well in the first set. There's 12 different cards that have flying abilities. There's 12 other cards, I would believe they're different, that have the equipped ability on there. 10 that it seems like maybe make treasures in some way. 10 more that have trample effects. 9 that are landfall effects. 8 have reach, and 7 have vigilance. This is going to be a card that has a landfall effect. All right, and what that means is right here, looks like I'm going to need to shift the focus a little bit. So pack number 7 is first. Let me go ahead and bring this into view. But when you look at the card, at the very bottom it says landfall. All right, when this creature enters, we're going to look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So it's an elf scout. Elves are usually very inexpensive cards in terms of the mana needed to cast it. Being 6 feels a little bit more expensive. 4/4 isn't bad, but the landfall could be good if we could have it out early enough. In a true elf deck, I think that might be all right. I'm not really saying that's a super amazing card. It is also a common, so I'm not expecting a lot of value there. Magnificent End deals 5 damage to each target creature. It's an instant 5 cost. It's okay, but it can cost 3 less to cast if its target is a tapped creature. That would be really cool if you're targeting a tapped creature, so there's a condition there. Smaug's Fury. I'm kind of excited to get any Smaug cards. I hear they're just amazing. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains reach and first strike until the end of turn. Getting cards to gain first strike is really cool, and there's so much text here on the flavor text. I love it. The dwarves had barely time to fly back to the tunnel when Smaug came hurling from the north, licking the mountainside with flame, beating his giant wings with a noise like a roaring wind. This is fun. Oh, I'm excited to do the history through Magic with these cards. Will be so great opening that pack. So this has an adventure, so you can cast here. We got Menace. This is Gollum, Silent Sleeker. Gollum is like pretty cool in the Lord of the Rings. He is a whole nother level in The Hobbit. If you enjoyed any level of Gollum and haven't seen The Hobbit, you definitely should. Plunder the Trollshaws. That's cool looking. We draw a card. The spell is cast from graveyard. Draw 2 cards instead. Flashback 4 is pretty cool. Few cards I have that pull from the graveyard, but I think this is talking about if you use the flashback ability. It's intended to be used once. I bet there's ways to get around that. So, Dory, Bearer of Friends, Dwarf Warrior, has Trample. When Dory enters, create a treasure token. That's Thinking back to that promo card we got, the Misty Mountain Cold, that's one of the ways you could end up with 4 treasures pretty quickly. And we're talking about the promo card that came with this set. Says that you create a treasure, then if you control 4 more treasures, sacrifice a saga. If you do, create a 6/6 dragon with flying. So you have this 3-cost legendary creature out to get a treasure. Ideally, same turn, you cast this as well. You're already halfway there. Next turn, or if you peripherate, get another treasure. That'd be kind of cool. See how those work together. Long-bodied gray dog. This looks cool. I feel like this may become one of my daughter's favorite cards here. It is just a dog creature, 3 colorless, and it's a 2/2, which is not bad. Even better is having flash and reach. When the creature enters, create a tapped treasure token. Oh boy, that's in line with what we were just talking about with Smog. Treasures are going to be cool here, so this will be awesome for cards like Goldspan. All right. Theraldin's Decree. Counter target spell. If permanent spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into the owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. That's really cool. I just played a card like this that only cost 5, where you counter target spell, and then I think that one was if it was a creature, it enters the field under your control. This is very similar, but it applies to more than just creatures. This is an uncommon, so we're getting into things that are a little bit better, a little bit more expensive. I don't know if I'd play it or not. It just kind of depends on your deck there. We got a 2-cost. What's that? Bjorn's Hospitality. Very cool. It's an enchantment with landfall. We saw that on a previous card. When a land enters, or when a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then later we can pay 7. The enchantment becomes a bear creature in addition to its other types, and gets this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. There is a green enchantment earlier on in the game that was a saga that had something like that going on, and it was quite fun to play, at least on Arena. I've never played it in person, but Theros Map. It's a legendary artifact. When it enters, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So we can go find a land. We can also pay 2 to draw a card, then discard a card. There are a lot of decks that need to do that. I think paying 2 to play this and then go find a land is pretty cool. I like to build decks where I like all the cards in them. So to draw a card, then discard a card is really hard for me to do. It may be a fine mechanic to do, but it is just, I like all of my cards and I want to play them all. All right. Thaladin's Company. As long as you control another elf, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Elves love that. That's great. And it has landfall. Whenever land you control enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until the end turn. The counters will remain. The vigilance will go away after the first turn, but it means that that creature can attack without tapping. That's very helpful. I feel like this is going to be a really good card. I don't have any idea how often it's been played. I did pull up a little guide just to see like the top, 10-ish cards that are currently played from this set. And I don't see this on the list, but that seems really good to me. I don't know about you, but all those elf decks out there, if we can get to 4 colors and if you can get to 4 mana, one of them being blue, I think elves can do that pretty easily. That's nice. Darwin's Ironfoot, legendary creature, dwarf warrior. When Darren enters, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Axe. With equipped, creature gets +1/+0, and equip 2. When you do, attach it to target creature you control. Whenever it attacks, each equipped attacking creature gains double strike. Each equipped creature attacking gains double strike is kind of a big deal here. This bottom piece, I feel like that's going to be the most exciting piece. Getting that into a deck with, say, like dragons or something. We got a Long Lake. Is that? Yeah, it looks like Long Lake Nuisance. When it enters, recruit, which is draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, create a 1/1 white human soldier token. Okay. I mean, it's a cool looking bird, but kind of boring. Token on an adventure. Looks like time for this is technically pack number 8 from our bundle. So let's see here what we get. All right. Smog, the Great Calamity. That already sounds fun. I don't like that it's 7 to cast. It's a 5/5, which is cool. Flyers expected from any kind of dragon. This just feels like an expensive dragon to me, but it does have an adventure. So instead of paying the 7, I could pay 5. Spew Flame deals 5 damage to target creature. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something, but I would never really put this in a deck. It's an awesome card that I will definitely enjoy having. The art on that is great, but not seeing value there. Gollum the Silent Slinker, we saw that one in the last pack. Mirkwood Meditator, Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may have this creature's base power and toughness become 4/2 until the end of turn. I could see that being helpful. It'd be nice if it had a plus in it in some way, but it's all right. Esgroth Garrison is a creature, human soldier. Its power is equal to the number of creatures you control. That seems cool. When this creature enters, it recruits. All right, we read about recruit previously. That seems like an all right one. I think we've already read through this guy on the last one. Gandalf Wandering Wizard. I'm a fan of Gandalf. Great stuff. I love the Ward 3. That's always fun for 5 cost. It is a wizard. I have a white-black wizard deck, or it's a party deck for the D&D parties. But I can pay 6. The owner shuffles him into the library and draws 3 cards. That's not crazy. I kind of like that. Interesting. Yeah, I could see that working. Little bear. That's just adorable. You can't get around that. It has flash, so we can play this at any point. When this creature enters, untap another target creature you control. If the creature is a bear, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Would be great in some kind of an animal deck full of bears, stuff like that. Goblin Plate Mail is going to be an equipment. When it enters, amass 1, then attach this equipment to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and menace. I equip 4. That seems very useful. Any kind of deck that could use an extra artifact might enjoy that one. A little expensive to equip, but Dwarven Madoc. This is an artifact equipment for 2. When it enters, attach it to target dwarf you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, and it has ward 1. That seems cool. This feels a little more powerful than a lot of the other cards might be. Equip 3, so once it's equipped, if that creature dies, then instead of having the ward 1, you have to pay 3 to equip it, but when you play it, you're only paying 2 to play it. So even if it's the same turn that you play it, that creature dies. Next turn, if you get a land on to have 3, you can play it. Very cool. All right. Gollum the Abandoned. Gollum can't block. When Gollum enters, exile up to 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. We can pay 2, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Remember, we're making tokens in the set. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand and activate only as a sorcery. That feels like a nice option for a deck that I like on Arena that's black and green with another Gollum card from the Lord of the Rings original set. Let's see here. Misty Mountains Raider. This is a creature goblin soldier. It costs 5 to enter, and it's a 4/4. Whenever you attack, I mass goblins 2. Put 2+1/+1 counters on the token. That one seems kind of meh. Bard's Company is a really cool, fun, especially like D&D style card. All right, so it is a human creature citizen. But again, if you think about how a bard works in D&D, it's just super cool. So you get to cast this card as though it had flash if you control a human, which is exactly what a bard is like supposed to help, and be encouraged by others, but then also, encourage others. So when it hits the field, other creatures you control get +1/+1. So if you have a human, you can cast it for flash, and then once it hits, everything gets +1/+1, including that human that helped you cast it to begin with. So that's all fun. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you recruit, which means the bard is recruiting a bigger army for you. So this is really cool. Recruiting means you create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token very often. So that's draw a card, discard a card. As long as it's non-land, you create a creature. So it helps you go through your deck a bit, create some more creatures. This is just fun. I love the way this card's working. I love the play of it. I want this in a deck very badly. I don't know of any decks right now. The only one I have is one that focuses on the 4 party, members, but I want this to be a good card. I'm afraid it's probably not going to get a ton of play. I don't know which humans are throughout all of Magic to know if there's enough to make it amazing. But then at the end, we have Smaug's Fury. This is an instant 2-cost. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains reach and first strike until end of turn. This foiling on this, I don't feel like there's any way you're going to appreciate this through a computer. It is just an amazing foiling job. There's like a green that pops through the fire, and the dragon is just set so well. It's kind of, I don't even care if it's a good card. This is just a very well done Magic card. Let's see, what's the text on it? Yeah, we've seen this card in the last pack, just not in foil. The foiling on this absolutely makes this an amazing card. My word, that's just, I can't say enough about that. Full art planes, that's cool. I got one of those. Goblin Army, that's fun to have. Like having that with all our amass creatures and the human token we needed. So this pack contained a lot of the tokens that we need too. Very cool. I expected to do this all as one complete video, and I just got a little bit too excited. So it looks like I'm going to need to open up the rest of these in a future video. Watch for that one coming soon.